Welcome, Capricorn, to your weekend special for August 31st to September 2nd of 2018. So let's look into what's going on with you. All right. So let's see. Overall energy, person that's coming toward you if you're dealing with somebody. The response from you, advice, outcome for Capricorn. Okay. Wait a minute. So again, Leo had this as well, where there is a lot of confusion, a lot of doubt, and I feel like this is frustration because you say, for instance, you did something where you regret it. You know, that brings out a lot of insecurity because you in a relationship and you feel like it was the best thing to do at the time, or whatever you did get yourself involved in, it was the best thing to do at that time. But then as time is moving on, you start to feel doubtful, maybe a bit insecure. Maybe you question yourself, the choice that you made, the motivation factor of what brought you to your decision and what someone else might be up to. So I feel like there is some kind of confusion. There is some kind of doubt when it comes to how you trust somebody and how you might be trusting yourself to make the right decisions and following through with your convictions. So let's see, what is the energy of person coming towards you? I feel like this is somebody who you may have been learning some things from. A relationship that was up and down. Maybe you're kind of been in and then you were out, and some of you may have been connected to someone and something is quite over right now because of something that did happen, which is that may have been reckless, okay, with the moon being there. And sometimes you may have issues with trusting that particular person again, or having issues hoping that a new love interest could trust you again because they may know some things about you that you have kept secret in some way for some. So there may be some hidden factors that's going on, especially with the Two of Cups energy here. So definitely a very spiritual connection that you have with somebody, a very strong connection. Could be soulmate, twin flame connection, or just a relationship that you're in where you're still trying to learn the ins and outs of it and trying to see if there's something for you. Now when that person is bringing that towards you, I feel like somebody is feeling deeply for you. They may want to make a strong connection with you, but some of you might be kind of doubtful about opening up to them again or opening up to them at all right now. And the other person, what they're trying to do is either take a risk with you or they're letting go until you arrive at a point of clarity for yourself where you're able to open up to them, where you're able to trust them, and both of you are able to trust each other right now. But I feel like that's still a process that you're going through as you either start over, another person starting over. Some of you are definitely dealing with an ex-partner where you're needing to release that particular person or someone that you are intimately attached to in some way, and it could have brought about a lot of some tough lessons for you in that particular person. It just depends there. Now the advice as we speak about leaving, because as I'm doing the spread, you know, sometimes a scenario is coming to me where some of you might feel like you want to leave. Again, the energy of you making a decision to step away from somebody, but the decision to kind of go back. Are you sure? Are you certain? Did you do the right thing? So sometimes you might feel, if you're single, if you're doing your own thing, you might feel that way, but you don't state it. You might not say it. You might not date. You might not really flirt with somebody else because you're not willing to address the matter. Some of you might not be willing to walk away and then kind of state the reasons why you're doing so. So sometimes you just stay put. You stay in an unhealthy situation. You stay with an unhealthy pattern of not communicating how you truly feel and removing yourself from that equation. Yes, you might talk about what's been bothering you and why it's not healthy for you, but you're not making the moves to remove yourself from it. That could be an issue that you're dealing with, or that someone else that you're trying to deal with is coping with right now. So the outcome, stress, continues to be a kind of a thing where you're in your head about something. Let's look into why the moon is showing up here. So let me reconnect. All right, disconnect these here. Okay. So look into the moon for Capricorn. Moon for Capricorn. So again, this energy of not trusting somebody, or when you feel like something is about to be exposed, like some kind of truth is coming out, sometimes you might hold back because you might feel I got too much to lose, or the other person might know too much about me, and maybe they use these tactics to make me stay. Whatever kind of secrets that you've been holding on to, maybe some of you just wanted to keep those things under wraps. It just depends there. Clarify the moon again for Capricorn. Yeah, and you might still be in love with somebody, or even if it's a new love situation and you feel like there is the potential for conflict, the potential for drama, for gossip, certain things to come out, and you don't want those things to be exposed. That's why you're up late at night. That's why you can't really sleep. That's why you're in your head about certain things, and that's why you don't really address something, and that's why you don't move away from the ex-partner into something new. For some of you, that might be an issue. Clarify the Eight of Cups in reverse for Capricorn. Yeah, so you feel trapped, right, for some. And when the devil is showing up, and that's the first time that card has showed up for, I did from Aries to Capricorn, I do to Pisces. So that energy of showing up here, and with the devil showing up, again, it's not a person to me, it's an energy. It's a heavy energy of being trapped, feeling stuck, feeling you're bound by somebody, or feeling restricted, and that person has a hold on you. No matter what you do or what you try to do, you feel like you can't move or get yourself away from something, an addiction, whatever it might be to you. You try to make these changes and it doesn't happen. But I feel like some of you might not express what it is that you're going through. You might not really share these things because you feel like it's personal to you, whatever it might be. And it keeps you hiding. It keeps you in that same place. Health matters, different things like that could be going on. You might hide these things because you don't feel like your soulmate or potential love interest will accept these things from you. So you're better off staying with somebody that knows about what you go through, that knows how you feel, that knows about your addictions or your preference, or your personal anxiety and confusion, or your shyness, and these kind of things. So clarify the Nine of Swords for Capricorn. Yeah, it's still waiting around for something to change, for clarity to arrive. And I wanted to clarify, let's see, messages for Capricorn, love for August 31st, September 2nd, Capricorn. We have stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance, especially when you're trapped and you feel hesitant about being patient, about opening up to somebody, whether or not to trust that person, to trust yourself. Let's see messages for Capricorn. Past life relationship, you have known each other before. A lot of times we might be entangled with an incident or a chain of events that questions why we have ran into a particular person in this lifetime, why we still go through these things, and when it's so heavy and so intense, and it just doesn't make sense to us why that person may have arrived in our lives. But we may have had some kind of past karmic tie to that person, and even going through what we went through with them, it could have brought a big lesson where you have grown from it, but maybe you now have found enough strength to grow and then move on from that particular personal connection. I want to see messages for Capricorn. One more card. First time I did 3 cards for you to see. And then we have true love. It says this is the romance of a lifetime. This particular scenario is the fact that you are potentially impeded by your lack of confidence right now, because you sometimes, when you open up to somebody and they continue to maybe run away, or they're in and out and they're not sure what they want to do, and you give that person another chance and they do the same thing and they don't come back, these kind of things go on, but you hold on. Now that could be the ex-partner that you might be experiencing this with, but there could be a new love interest that is evolving as you are evolving through the tension that you could be experiencing with somebody, and where you just feel like the other person is still feeling trapped or stuck with an emotional issue that really bogs you down, because it can mirror the energy between you and that particular person, especially if it's very spiritual in nature and very deep, with the combinations there of the past life relationship and then true love. I feel like these things will become clear to you, but right now I feel that that particular person is going through some, let's look into one more card. It wasn't supposed to be this long, but let's look into what is your romantic love interest doing this weekend? Yeah, so when the anxiety, Leo had this as well. When the anxiety is at its peak, when it's intense, where you're very hesitant about it, and you feel something is off, and you want that person to come forward, you want them to communicate with you, even if you don't want to. I feel like you are angry because you would like them to reveal themselves, come forward, speak, let me know what's on your mind, so I don't have to guess. They may be watching you from a distance and you're not liking it too much, and that is part of what they could be doing throughout the weekend, and that could have you feeling doubtful or a bit insecure and not wanting to even be bothered right now. So if you feel that way, a lot of you are just frustrated and fed up with that particular energy or connection. You would like to free yourself from the scenario, but I feel like you need to just allow the weekend to just bring you clarity on what you can change personally with your situation and what you need to do so that you can free yourself up from any kind of emotional insecurity that you could be going through. That's as best I can kind of describe the direction you need to go right now. So that's going to be your reading. All right, a lot of different things going on, and I feel like a lot of these energies are really intensifying because of the Mars retrograde that we just got out of, and the Venus retrograde that's coming up in about 20 days or so. And I feel like that's going to be very intense and extreme, but it's there to help spur you on in a new direction, even when it comes to healing a current relationship you're in or moving into a new love relationship where the intensity may be overwhelming at times, but it's to bring you to clarity in a healthier relationship with you personally and another person. So that's going to be a reading. A lot of love, a lot to like to you, tons of healing vibes as well. This is just for the weekend. It's pretty long, but have a good one. And you can always go to the website, psychicloveheals.com, to schedule something personally for you, as these are general. Have a good one.